Now then, just wanted to point out that with all the vids that I just recently posted, I want to point out once again, I do not claim. Hang on, I do not claim any type of copyright from any of that, from any of the support that they've been giving out. The primary cause of me doing that was mainly to make a better connection for all TIs, because it's to my understanding that and hang on, it's kind of dark, but I'm gonna try to get this thing to work well. Just give me a second. Kind of laying down right now. Okay. All right. If I can make this thing brighter. I really don't feel like turning on the darn lights. I'm kind of relaxed right now, mellowed out. The gang stalkers did try to get my attention, but I just ignored them. But you know what? Hang on, I think I got a light around here I could use. The main reason why I showed those channels on I left link for those channels on my channel for people to be able to see that. Once again, I do want to point out I'm not claiming any credit for their fight. I'm only aiding into it by establishing a connection for all TIs out there. Okay, there we go. Whew. It's been one heck of a day so far. It's definitely been one heck of a day. Oh, light went down. I would turn on my lamps, but that's all the way on the other side of the room, and I think I'm even being hit with EMF right now. I've caught a few times of them using this on me so far. As far as it's concerned, I have caught it a couple of times. And one of the things I realized that when I went shopping today, for some reason, it's like it was crazy because even before I had went to go shopping and whatnot, before I did, it was crazy because it's like whenever they like specifically did something to some type, I would say like some food or something or whatever, it's like they would enhance your desire towards that food. And I tested it out, and the thing is that my suspicion was right. They had nano laced onto the food that I had bought. It was like two chicken sandwiches or whatever. I did some tests on it, and it was nano on there. Hang on, sorry about that. I'm using the screen recorder, not the actual camera, because they sometimes mess with the camera, and the stuff becomes corrupted because of that. But it was weird because it was like as soon as I took a single bite of that stuff, it was moving. I'm like, okay, you know what? So I rushed over. I got my my baking soda, not just my baking soda, but also the citrus. The citrus. That's why I bought the oranges for. I didn't get the large ones because I think I think that might be that could be GMO. I could be wrong, but I noticed that when it comes to overly grown whether food, it seems to be somewhat related to GMO, especially meat products. Um, as far as that's concerned, I threw the rest of that out. I didn't leave it in here. I just threw it away immediately because I knew what was on it. I'm gonna invest in a microscope, so I'll be able to start doing analysis on this stuff. I'll even show you guys what my findings will show. But one thing I want you to do, like if you're going through through the same thing, if you're experiencing the same thing, get your EMF meter and actually put it towards that object they're trying to entice you to. Because I think that it would like have high levels of radiation. And think about it. If that's got some high levels of radiation on it, if the food does, and they're selling that crap to people, they could get in some serious trouble for that. I mean, so bad that they would get shut down. Like like no joke. They would get shut down for something like that. But you see, the the whole focus of that is pointed towards you. But at the same time, just about anybody could buy that. Anybody could, and they would be eating that of which they laced into that. Now, this organization has been known to even infect people with this stuff just out of a desperate attempt just to get it the actual target individual. So they have no shame when it comes to targeting random people in the process of this. But I guess pretty much everybody, even including people who are not even aware, are also a target. Um, as far as everything else is concerned, on my point of view, as far as my target is concerned, man, they it seems like they definitely gotten desperate more. They definitely gotten more desperate. Hang on, let me fix this light a bit. Okay. I hope, yeah, that's kind of bright, but I think that'll be all right. They definitely got it a lot more desperate so far. But as far as it's concerned, like I'm actually learning to mellow out on this stuff. You know, if they ever try something, I just like I'm growing to be more and more capable to ignore the BS that they're doing. As far as the weapons that they're using, I'm actually getting stronger against this stuff. I already know by them hearing this, they're gonna boost the levels. I already know this for a fact, but it's not gonna matter. I'm just gonna keep doing what I'm doing. Well, now what I did today was I used the rife frequency. I just had those playing through not a headset, but some headphones, the large ones, and I was walking around with that, and like they were really struggling. They were just really struggling with it, you know. They were really, really having a hard time. Um, I also had another device to where I removed the corrupted account, the email account that I had on there, so they won't be able to mess with it. And I had that one specifically recording both audio and the EMF meter as I was moving around. And I did narration for the other video through my other phone. So I was recording my EMF levels with one phone, and the other phone I was using that primarily just to record my location as far as where I was walking to, where I was going, and who I was coming in contact with. Now, the entire time, you could have both these vids side by side, and the audio matches as well as the location data for this stuff. It all matches up. Um, uh, I may try to post that, but I actually need to submit that on the SD card before I do that. But I definitely will. But something very suspicious, I ended up finding out that they had high EMF levels coming out through the double doors downstairs from the apartment complex in the front entrance. Through the double doors, like it was like high frequency or something. So I think they may have something implanted in the doorknob or something. Not quite sure, but whenever it comes to something that's like implanted, whether it's a hidden camera or something, like the meter spikes up like crazy. Or whenever you get hit with these directed energy weapons, it just spikes up. But again, as for the videos I recently posted, it's mostly for people to actually come to more of an understanding of how to deal with this, because people who are dealing with this, like they don't have a very good grasp on this. They don't really know too much how to deal with it, and normally they would respond like when it comes to a person who's like just now realizing that they're a TI, and they're dealing with this blindly. And I'm actually very certain that there's been plenty of TIs who've lost their lives, and I mean like in multiple different ways. Either been incarcerated, put in a mental institution, been killed, and it's so much. So what I'm doing mainly with this channel, sorry about that again, is mainly trying to bring many TIs together. I want to be able to try to get multiple TIs together to build a social network type of thing, to where we all can stay in communication. Because when it seems like, or at least find a better platform, you know, there's TrueTube, there's YouTube, there's Facebook, but the problem with TrueTube's okay, but it's kind of the infrastructure's kind of weird. YouTube, I mean, they F with that a lot. They censor a lot of information when it comes to helping out TIs a lot, and they deflect a lot of stuff. They literally have the deflectors all over YouTube that will deflect over a topic that they do not want people to know about. As far as the EMP pen stuff is concerned, when I was diving farther into like the insect part of this organization of what they the chemical poisoning that they use, I noticed that they keep sending people to try to deflect on that specific video that I had. And people have been getting cured from directed energy from those methods. Now, I'm not gonna deny that there are people out there that will try to give false information, right? They give falsified information to pose it off as helpful information when in reality it's not good. Like as far as certain types of frequency vids, I'm just gonna tell you, be careful. The ones that I always reference, I do not post these in to help people out unless I've tested it out for myself. I test this stuff out on myself first before I put it on the channel. That's precisely what I do. I always test this out first to make sure it's effective, to make sure it can help plenty of other people. Zacchaeus' videos have been helping out. As far as Dr. Virtual, there's a lot of mixed comments when it comes to that guy's channel. But so far for me, like, I haven't had any issues with it. Some people did say there's some issues with this channel. I don't know. I really don't know. But that's only like a short few. I did question them about it, but they didn't touch bases on it. They didn't give me the explanation that I was looking for. Like, I mean, like, okay, you say this and that, but I mean, like, these gang stalkers do something for you to have some information related to when it comes, especially when it comes to social media. Like, if they did something, right, then I mean, come on, you gotta show me something for that, because otherwise it's just gonna come off as just it's just gonna come off as deflection. And that is one of the biggest problems that we have in the TI community. It's a whole lot of deflection. Luckily, we'd have some very honest live stream channels that promote really good information. I'm gonna list off a few items here that have known to been very helpful. Figs, when it comes to detoxing, is very good. Water Crisp is another very thing that's good. It helps get out the heavy metals out of your system. What else? When it comes to cleansing out your colon, you can use colon cleanse. Be mindful though, the ones from the pharmacy is pretty pricey. This stuff goes up to like around $50, $50 to $40, but it is highly effective. It is very effective. There's also more than that too. There are some cheaper ones, but I don't know. There are some cheaper ones, but the one I use is very effective. As far as the recipe I posted, you'll find that in the other videos. As far as the seaweed, the iodized sea salt, the beans, the brown rice, and whatnot, put it in a pressure cooker, and that'll work out for you or whatever. As far as sorry about that again. As far as anything else is concerned. Man, it has been one heck of a week so far, and honestly, I'm actually feeling relaxed. I played Good Vibes Rife Frequency video, and I played Irie's Rife Frequency for Blood Flow at the same time on two different devices as I was sleeping, and I felt incredible the entire time I was sleeping. Even from when I woke up, I have literally felt so better that it's like they didn't have any influence. They couldn't do anything. They really couldn't do anything, really. I think what woke me up may have been the noise campaign that they started doing after that. But you definitely want to be careful when you sleep, because they've been known to do a lot of stuff when it comes to this hypnosis. As far as the social platform that I made on Amino, I haven't did much with it yet, but I do plan on like posting stuff on there very soon. As far as getting it up, just got to get the information together, collaborate all in one spot, and then I'll be able to have all that set. I'm also going to set it up to where I even start leaving a link to it so people can get to it and find it much easier that way. As far as other social media platforms, I will be posting those and leaving references to them in the vids coming up in the future that I'll make. But As far as my targeting is concerned, I feel like I'm definitely starting to mellow out when it comes to this. Like a lot of the stuff, and they're already gonna say like, okay, well it means when they see this, they're already gonna go like, okay, well that just means we need to like uppy the ante on our targeting. I already know they're gonna do that, but I'm not even worried about it. And the thing is, you gotta understand like the more and more desperate they get, the more and more evidence you have. The one thing they don't want to do is to put themselves in a line that will literally give their whole option of having that you know that covert card. They always love to play. They have that covert card in play, but when you get them in a situation to where they can't hide their shit, to where they can't hide what they're doing, then it really takes that option away. Because like you're not gonna sit there, walk out of nowhere, say this and such about a person, and then start like do that like several times, and desperately mind you, and then just expect like the person doesn't say anything, right? But they keep doing it, and then as soon as you go ahead out and pull your little speech out, right, upon the gang stalking and stuff, and it's literally showing everything related as to what they're doing. I mean, no offense, but going covert isn't really going to protect you from that. It's actually going to expose you because, I mean, you've already, like, to the gang stalkers, they've already given you the evidence right there. They played it out. They played it out. They played everything out. So you got to understand, people may not respond the way that you may want them to respond immediately, but the fact is that you passed that knowledge on. That's what mainly counts. That's the most important thing, is that you pass that knowledge on to people who were not aware. The more and more people who become aware of this, the more and more we stand a chance at putting a stop to it. And as you can see, the store closing, they do that a lot. They do that a whole lot. It's an attempt, but I don't even care. I just thought, I mean, they did it, so I thought I might as well mention it, I guess, or whatever. But that's the whole point of it, you know. That's the whole main point of this, is that the more and more you use their street theater to you need to use their street theater to your advantage to expose them for what they're doing. The more and more you learn to do that, the more and more it becomes obvious as to what their tactics are, as to what they're doing specifically. And then when people start to realize what the heck this organization is actually doing, then they're gonna be like, you know, something like they're really gonna end up seeing the truth behind all of this, and start understanding that what they thought may have not have been the entire truth for as long as they were growing up, and they're gonna start realizing that this whole time they were being lied to. And that's the whole point of my tactic of dealing with them. Now, my phone just went down to 5%. It was at 15% earlier. So I think they're trying to shut the phone down. Just give me a second. Just gotta plug this thing up and done. Okay. Let me try to set this thing back up. But yeah, basically that's just what they're trying to do. Now I would turn my lights on, but I'm probably gonna end up going to sleep soon, to be honest. Usually I just leave like one light on, and the time is like oh snap! I did not mean to switch. Okay, switch back. All right. The time is, let me see if I can see what time it is. It's like around 5:54. But yeah, that's basically my bit of advice for this evening. You gotta understand, like, you can use their tactics against them when they try to play off their street theater, especially if they do it verbally. You know, if they got to do it verbally, then they gotta be desperate for what they're doing, because it just shows that you're not really reacting the way that they would want you to react, you know? As far as health-wise, you definitely, with being sedated onto this This directed energy weapon stuff definitely triggers a lot of cancer, so you need to be detoxifying yourself on the daily. Um, as far as the baths, you don't have to like. I'd say like maybe like maybe 2 or 3 times a week, at most. Max is 3 times at least. You can do it 4 if you want, but yeah, definitely 2 or 3 times a week. Because this, as far as stuff that you eat, I would highly recommend avoiding canned goods because that stuff has heavy metals in it. Avoid high fructose corn syrup because this stuff inheats to that. Remember that sugar that byprocessed sugar that they use is okay. What the heck is going on? Sorry about that. That high processed sugar is a synthetic made substance that these scientists use. Now, yeah, I think my eyes are being effed with right now. They've been doing that a lot lately with this directed energy weapons they've been having. It's like it feels like something's like pulling on my retina, and all of a sudden it's like no look it's like a no look over here type of tactic that they're using. But what the heck? Wait a minute. Is this thing still recording? Okay, good. I thought it jotted down all that for a minute. But yeah, like it's a very very crazy situation when it comes to this. But you got to understand that everything that you're doing is that these gang stalkers are keeping an eye out for is mainly meant towards what you're going to be doing. So what you want to do is be like very very decisive with that. You want to be very decisive with it. And the more and more you keep doing this, you got to understand it's costing them more and more money just to keep tabs on you. Whenever you break free from their hacking, did you know that the hacking stuff that they're using costs them like around like $500 because of the extent they have to keep doing of this? The more and more you break free from that, like even if you just switch devices, you could be spending like $50 on a whole nother device. They would have to spend like $500 just to hack your device if you pick a completely different one. By the way, I tried doing that. They already had a plan trying to say, oh well, we're sold out of those other phones that were cheaper than the ones that I previously had. And they pulled that stunt. I probably most likely shouldn't have went to the same place I got the phone, but hey, it's whatever. As far as anything else is concerned, I guess that's about it. There's not really much I got to say in this vid, but I figured might as well. I know it's a lot better seeing a face than just seeing the articles and stuff. So this is just my way of balancing out on that. This is This is MM, and remember, I send both my love and my prayers out to all of you. Remember, stay strong, be safe. I'm over and out.